Alaric Lester, you're the air quality specialist from Temple Group. Thanks for joining us here at Highways UK conference. Air quality is a massive issue when it comes to the management of highways. How's the UK doing at the moment?
Not so well, I'm afraid. 50,000 people, according to latest DEFRA estimates, are dying early from air pollution every year, and that is in large part due to the transport sector.
Is it recognised as such a big problem?
It is, not necessarily by the public, but certainly by people within government and within policy making. That doesn't mean to say that things are happening fast enough to improve them.
Well, presumably, as we've been hearing a lot about a customer-focused management of the assets, that kind of information becomes increasingly important for clients.
Indeed, and it's something that I would say is very much at the heart of Highways England's decision-making process. They need to be absolutely sure that their road infrastructure, for instance, is not worsening air quality.
Because I suppose as we're hearing a lot about the need to expand the network, to make the network work more efficiently, to cope with an increasing populations and increasing demand to use highways. I mean, is it possible to balance that growing demand with the problems of air quality?
In the long term, absolutely, and the government is focused in the long term on electric vehicles, on zero emission capable vehicles being the solution. In the short term, we may have difficulties.
Yeah. So what do you mean by long and short term? Because electric vehicles, surely they are, well, there's not going to be a problem, is there? I mean, but what is the short and long term for you?
Long term, we're talking 2030, 2040 and beyond. The medium term, 2025 and 20 beyond. And beyond, DEFRA believes it will be in compliance with these European limits. But a lot of people in industry believe action needs to be taken now.
Of course, you've just done a lot of work for the Environmental Industries Commission, really trying to spell out the problems. And so for you, the challenge is the next sort of 20 years?
The challenge is the next 10 years, because we have technologies that will become cost effective, perhaps in 10 to 15 years. But in that work we did for the EIC, electric vehicles were by far the least cost-effective means for improving air pollution in the short term.
And what are more cost-effective solutions then?
For instance, retrofitting older vehicles to improve their emissions drastically.
Does that mean getting rid of diesels altogether? Is that a solution?
That is an option, but that could be an expensive one. We're looking at the older diesel vehicles and retrofitting emissions abatement technology that will drastically reduce their emissions. These vehicles could be on the roads for another 10 years or so.
Are there things that the infrastructure supply chain, the people actually managing the assets, designing the assets, are things that they could do to help air quality?
Design is certainly critical. The way traffic flows through urban environments in particular does affect emissions. There are slightly out there technologies that may, for instance, reduce pollution by application of titanium dioxide on roads. This
was something that the TfL, I think, used last year. I imagine a lot of this is in the report you did for the EIC. That's available on the Temple website?
It's available on the EIC website.
Okay. Yes, well, we'll go and grab that. So thanks for joining us today. A very interesting, a very controversial, I suppose, very important subject, air quality. Thanks for joining us today, Alaric.
Pleasure. Thank you.